All right, we're recording. So I was on this super long journey where pretty much everyone thought I was crazy and attention seeking, naughty, maybe crazy. And I kept going to the doctor and asking for help. And they kept telling me I was crazy and nothing was wrong with me. It's all in my head. Attention seeking again. And you know what? In all fairness, I did need some attention. I really did. There was actually a lot going on and it was all in my head. So and this is years. This is my whole life. I have never been able to write with a pencil. It hurts. Paper hurts. Brushing my teeth. I had terrible oral hygiene because it hurt. And I was always just told, no, you're making it up. You're being dramatic. It doesn't hurt you to brush your teeth. That's a stupid thing to say. When people would yell at me, I would have huge reactions to the yelling because it hurt. It felt like you were punching me in the head when you yelled at me. And eventually, over the years, I started kind of bearing down my face in anticipation of loud noises causing pain. And then I just always looked like I was angry, like RBF to the max, every day, all day. But you know, my 7-year-old didn't understand. Why did it look like you're so mad at me? I'm just talking to you. It hurts when you talk to me. So I got a little scar left. It's still healing up. But last fall I went to the doctor just to get some antibiotics. I thought I was having the first ear infection of my life. And I get there, everything's terribly loud. My whole area around my ear is red, so the doctor there did a CT to see if I had mastoiditis, which would be like an infection in the bone back here. And after the CT, I just went up to the desk and I told them, I'm leaving, I can't be here because it's way too loud. I'm like, call me if you guys find something, but I gotta go. I cannot wait here in this loud waiting room. You know, there's no rooms available, but they're still triaging people and trying to treat them or like problem solve before they get back to their rooms. I mean, these guys are like so efficient. And I'm like, I gotta go. Call me. I gotta go. And then they end up calling me before I get to my car. And they're like, Rob, we know what's wrong with you. Write this number down. Luckily, there's a doctor in town that can help you with this rare condition. And I'm like, okie doke, sounds great. I pick up a bartending shift and try and make some money with my super angry face. And oh my gosh, that was such a rough night. But then I get a call from this doctor, I get hooked up, and then I find out I have holes in my semicircular canals. So there's 3 that go from your inner ear to your cochlea, and they receive messages and deliver them to your brain, but mine have holes. And so I guess to have holes in the top one is like 1 to 2% of population have holes there. I had holes in all 3, and then also in my facial nerve, cranial nerve number 7. So that would explain why I had lost over 50 pounds without trying over like the 2 years prior to this. It took about 6 months to get through all the tests and get my insurance on board with the dramatic finale to all of my crazy drama. Craniotomy. Go in, cut through my skull, pick up my brain, repair the holes, and then 2 plates, 12 screws, get me all back together. There's an episode, Grey's Anatomy episode. Demi Lovato plays a 14-year-old girl, season 6, episode 22, that has this really rare condition. And I mean, holy crap, I've been that 14-year-old girl for 20 years. And the girl in the episode, her parents were bringing her to the hospital to have her admitted for mental health services, which has happened to me multiple times, and I've gone through all the therapies, taken all the medications, and none of the drugs or therapies were ever gonna fit the structural holes in my head. So sorry, buds, that I acted crazy to you, and I forgive you folks for thinking I was crazy, because I guess you just don't know what you don't know until you learn about it. And God, it feels so good to know and to learn about it. Next week, I'm going to be going online virtually to this vestibular disorders conference, so I'm excited to learn more about that. But it's incredible what is fixed for me after this surgery. I knew that noise hurt, and I had a hard time around busy environments. I stopped drinking over 8 months ago now, but still, when I would go to concerts, I would just feel drunk from the loud noises. It would make me dizzy. It would make me fall over and run into things. Same with while I was bartending. People thought I was high, and it was the loud noise that made me dizzy and run into the wells and run into people and drop things and look like disoriented, because I was. In addition to that, I was always trying to compensate for feeling so dizzy that I have these amazing legs, but I haven't worked out in years and years. And it's because I'm always trying to catch my balance. People thought I was posturing because I was always correcting and just kind of standing in a way that was safe and that I wasn't going to fall over just from hearing sound. It's the craziest thing. I would have days, like if I hung out with somebody the night before, then the next day I wouldn't be able to walk. I would be in bed like, I can't stand up. It hurts. I don't have any strength left from whatever loud music I was working against last night. And I mean, it's just the most crazy, bizarre thing. On top of losing taste in my front 2/3 of my tongue gradually over time. These things happen gradually. Every time I hit my head, it got worse. As you get old, your bones thin or break down a little bit, and just got worse. I can drive at night again. The lights don't bother. Well, some days they bother me, but I'm doing a lot better. I still have to do my right side, but already I'm seeing so many improvements. I didn't realize that over time, my aversion to reading and writing and watching TV and running, and I mean so many things that I thought I didn't like, was because it hurt. And I've just been in chronic pain my entire life that it's all the same to me. Unless you're taking the edge off, I'm not interested. And that doesn't look like a really happy life. Definitely had struggles with my own vices and trying to take the edge off of this pain that I didn't know that other people weren't living with. I didn't realize how everyone was so successful, and like, why was it always just so hard for me? Like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I just deal with it and do it as good as everyone else? And then I found out not everybody else hears their heartbeat all day long, and they don't hear themselves breathe inside your head all day long. I had no idea. I thought we all lived like that. You guys don't hear every single bite you take and your blood pulsing through your veins? Like, I didn't know. I thought we all did that. But I guess we never talked about it. because why would we? So having that surgery, people look it up. I mean, it's a craniotomy. It's put you in that Mayfield vice head in here. I had a big mark. It's gone now. That hurt worse than this. This I barely have feeling in. It's a big surgery, but living the way I was living was way more scary than going in and getting that surgery done. As soon as I was approved, we scheduled it 3 weeks later. The first day I woke up from the surgery was like a horror film. I hope I forget that day, because that was really bad. But then the Tuesday morning I woke up was the best I had felt in my life that I remember. I felt rested. I wasn't in pain. I didn't need any opioid, narcotics, nothing. I had a couple Tylenols. Ate so much food. I was a little sore from fixing or cutting this muscle, but I felt like $1 million. Like, I used to just lay awake at night, hearing everything. I couldn't sleep since I was so young, like probably 5th grade. Oh man, I must have drove my parents nuts. There was nothing I could do to fall asleep. And they were trying to put me to bed when I was in 5th grade because I could hear everything. Finally, I got on like sleeping pills, but I don't know, maybe I was 12. I don't know. It was weird. Definitely high school years were trouble. Trying to take the edge off. And then as an adult, couldn't sleep. Always needed attention because I needed help. There was something really big and wrong with me. And then I found out like these canals, right? They're directly under my brain, my temporal lobe on the left side. So every time there was a loud noise vibrating, my brain was herniating in and out of these canals, affecting my critical thinking, my logical reasoning, time management, my vision, and then even like movement, like I couldn't paint my nails. I couldn't do any like fine motor skills. I was dropping things all the time. Parathesis, I was having like tingling and numbness, my arms, my legs, my toes. It was just the craziest, most bizarre, terrible way to live, and they couldn't find anything for years and years and years. And I mean, I knew my symptoms were real, they're happening, but like at some point you're like, okay, man, maybe I am just dramatic, depressed. Maybe I am just so upset that I'm making myself feel bad. I still have to touch my scar every other day now to believe myself that this really happened and I wasn't making it up or attention seeking, but it just actually happened. And then they actually fixed it. And how incredible is that? I'm almost 3 weeks post-op and I feel like I'm 20 years old, like can do anything. But this definitely was an amazing learning experience. I guess you never know what's going on in somebody else's head. And so be humble, give grace, be kind. I don't know. I mean, learning experience for my friends and family and for myself, for my kids. My boys at home are helping me do small things like bring the laundry basket up because it's too heavy for me. I can't bend over. Empty the dishwasher because I can't bend over and empty it, and all these little things that right now I need to be really careful about. I don't know. You just never know what people are dealing with. But if you hear your heartbeat inside your own head and people have told you that you're crazy and you have constant fatigue and pain and things just don't seem to work out for you like other people, then maybe get this assessment, the CT or the VEEP test for this semicircular canal dehiscence. It is going to be life-changing for me to be able to have the opportunity to try and live life like these other people around me have been doing. I'm really excited and grateful for the opportunity and to have gotten to learn this huge lesson and to be able to have a cure at 36 years old and have a brand new shot at living life, trying it a different way. Definitely feels like the biggest miracle that I have ever experienced or seen, even heard of. I had a day on Thursday and then Friday where I was having a lot of pain, and God, it scared me to go back to living life like before my surgery, because I can't. This is so different. It's funny too, people would say things like, oh, Robyn froze, because I would just like, my brain would just freeze. Like I had dementia, like I was 90. Or it was so bizarre. Or I would like have a recharge where I would like lay down for 10 minutes and then I would be like, okay to hang out for 30 minutes or 2 hours, depending on the noise level, I guess. But then I would need a recharge, and man, I was cranky. If you were too loud or causing me pain unknowingly, it felt like you were attacking me. It wasn't until like 3 nights ago I went with a friend to sing karaoke for my first time, now that I can talk loud. And he said, yeah, weird for you, because I bet it felt like you were being attacked and so you were attacking back, but these people weren't attacking you, even though you could feel it. They weren't trying to. And I'm like still processing this, like this is just the craziest thing to even believe that it's real. But yeah, I mean, I guess for other people, when you yell at someone, you're not thinking that you're hurting them physically. That's something to put my head around, I guess, because it's always been my experience since I was little. If you're yelling at me, that's the worst thing you could do, because you're like hitting me inside my head. This has been a crazy, crazy experience. But it's called semicircular canal dehiscence. My dehiscence, which means holes, were in the superior, lateral, and posterior canals, and then also that facial nerve I told you about. And I don't know, it's crazy, it's wild. Science is amazing. I haven't smiled this much since I was probably 4 or 5 years old. When I was a kid, I can think of 4 pretty big times that I hit my head. Not just like a knock on the table, but like a fall on my head 5-6 feet from the air or from the ground. Fall down concrete stairs in somebody's basement. Not like we didn't go to the hospital. It was the 90s. I don't know. And the last thing I really want to say is it was years. I mean, the last probably 3 years of my life, I was going to the doctor every other month with some kind of crisis. Like I can't I'm missing work. Like, I can't be this sick. I need help. And oh my gosh, some of these doctors were so cruel. Some people that I know were so cruel. And I just didn't give up. I just knew within myself that this is not normal. People are not supposed to feel like this. Don't give up on yourself. Don't hurt yourself. Like, just keep trying. Someday you're going to get to feel better. And I was right. There was something wrong. I did need attention. I did need help. And I was entitled to the attention that I needed to feel like a normal person. And I guess that kind of brings attention to invisible disabilities too. I feel like if I had been in a wheelchair for 30 years, people would have treated me differently or believed me that my legs hurt. But because I look normal, people don't want to believe me, that I'm lying. I want attention. I'm being dramatic. I'm lazy. I just don't feel like it. No, I just had a bunch of holes in my head. And it really did hurt. And I really did need help. And I'm really grateful for all the doctors that I've seen in the last 8 months maybe, that actually took enough time to care and try instead of gossip or make things up that weren't true. But I guess the cream always rises to the top. The truth prevails. And if you just try your best, then I feel like things usually work out. So don't give up on yourself, and don't give up on the people that you love and care about. And just be kind. You don't know what other people are going through. And for everyone that I attacked back when I was trying to survive, I am so sorry. I can't fix that it happened. But I can do everything going forward to make the right adjustments to make sure that never happens again. And that's what I'm doing. So, good luck, guys. Be safe.